Good morning, friends. So today I'm going to discuss one small concept from the topic time and work. So this is one of the important topic, time and work. It is related to hostel or food related thing. So my first question is: a hostel has a provision for 300 students for 20 days. If after 4 days further 100 students are added, how long will the food last at the same rate? So it has given one condition. The condition is in a hostel there are 300 students, and for them the food will be provided for 20 days. But after 4 days, after 4 days, there will be change in the hostel. That is, 100 students are adding to the present group. So, but the change is at 4 days. After 4 days means completely 4 days are completed. So, how to solve the question? So, this was a condition on the first day. For 300 students, the food is provided for 20 days. But the change is happening after 4 days. So after 4 days, will there any change in this condition? After 4 days, initially there are 300 students only. So initially it was provided for 20 days. Now after completion of 4 days, the food will be served for 16 days. This is the first condition. This is the old condition. You should not consider this now because 4 days is completed. Now the change is happening in the hostel strength. So now after adding 100, so there will be 400 students in total. For how many days the food will be served? So I can use the formula M1D1 is equal to M2D2 from the chain rule of time and work. So from this, if for 300 students the food is served for 16 days, then for 100 students, for how many days the food will be served? So 2020 cancel, 4 ones are 4 fours are. So D is equal to 12 days. That means for next 12 days the food will be served with the changed hostel strength. So similarly, these two questions are extra for your assignment. So let us solve together. In a hostel, the food can be served for 100 girls for 20 days. So initial condition is there are 100 girls and the food is served for 20 days. After how many days? So after 5 days the change is happening, and what is that change? 20 more girls joins. So 20 more girls are joining the hostel. So again I'm rewriting the condition given because it was a condition given on the first day. But after 5 days there is a change in the strength. So after 5 days what will be the new condition? So before joining the girls after 5 days for 100 girls, previously it was 20 days, because after 5 days now it is served only for 15 days. This is the condition which is given in the question. I'm just rewriting it after 5 days. Now what is happening after 5 days? 20 girls joined. So the new strength is 125 girls. Then for how many days the food will be served? Again I'm using M1D1 equal to M2D2, which is for 100 girls if it is served for 15 days. For 125 girls, for how many days it will be served? 25 fours are 25, 5s are 5 1s are 5 3s are. So answer will be again 12 days. So the last question of this concept, what is the question? A hostel has a provision for 150 girls for 45 days. So to in order to save some time, so from this question onwards, I am not going to write this condition given in the question because at any cost it is changing after 10 days. So I am going to write the concept, the condition directly after 10 days. So previously for 150 girls, the food was served for 45 days. So after 10 days, it will be served only for 35 days, which is equal to 25 girls here left the hostel. They are not joining. So from 150, if 25 girls left the hostel, the remaining strength will be 125 girls. The number of days is a question mark. Then again 25, 5s are 25, 6, 5 ones and 5 sevens. So the number of days will be 42 days. I'm just repeating what I have told. So in my first question, the hostel is having 300 students for 20 days, but the condition is changed. You should not take this condition because after 4 days it is changing. So after 4 days, my condition will be 300 students. It is for 16 days. Then if 100 students are added, it will be 400 students for how many days? M1D1 is equal to M2D. Similarly, in the question number 2, in a hostel the food can be served for 100 girls for 20 days, but this is not my final condition because it is changing after 5 days. So first I am writing my condition after 4 days. Sorry, 5 days. So for 100 girls it is 15 days. So after 5 days it will be